There's a couple of things for me. The first one is over the last 18 months, we've got a much sharper focus on who our customer is, which is mum, so the core customer being mum, and truly listening to her. So we would communicate with, listen, sort of liaise with up to 750,000 customers a year in various different guises, some more frequently than others. And I think truly listening and understanding our customer has been absolutely key to us, so we're able to respond. I think the other thing is once we really understand her needs and her requirements, is then doing something about it. So for me, having a really sharp focus on price and a really sharp focus on one-stop shop, which is what she tells us she needs Walmart for. So, you know, we are price leaders. We've continued to invest in price over the last 12 months, 18 months. And from a one-stop shop point of view, you know, the breadth of assortment we have is bigger than any other retailer in Canada. So that whole convenience piece that our customer can go to Walmart and get everything they need, you know, under one roof has been really key. We've been really focused on that this year. The big part for us is listening. So as I said before, listening. And one of the things we've done a lot more of in the last 12 months is getting more involved with mommy bloggers and really turning where we've taken previously a lot of data and transactional data, and we're a very sales-driven organisation, is augmenting that with insight and real understanding of kind of the rhythm of mum's life, for instance, and really understanding what she needs and when she needs it, and using those sorts of tools. So kind of augmenting all the data and the transactional kind of analytics with insight through mommy bloggers and through understanding kind of their lives, their families. That's really given us a wealth of information and a granularity of information that we didn't have to the same extent before. You know, I often talk to our store managers and to our associates here about mum being the CFO of the household, and that she's really got to stretch those dollars. And I think, you know, our associates here can absolutely kind of, you know, get that. They understand that, because at the end of the day, they're our customers too. So rather than it all just being very, very factual in kind of, you know, statistics and data and whatever, having that extra layer of insight and listening to mums and what their real needs are and our overall customers has really kind of helped us in terms of our marketing strategy and in terms of the influence of the brand in Canadian society. When I first came into the marketplace, we were on air mass market TV virtually 52 weeks of the year, and the majority of our spend went on TV. I think as we've become more focused on exactly who the customer is and how we not only listen but how we talk and communicate with them, we've changed our mix a little bit such that we will spend more on digital now. We'll spend more, and we're like, for instance, we launched Facebook this year, and we've now got 600,000 Facebook fans, which is fantastic, which is a one-to-one marketing. So we've kind of diverted some of our investment there. We have also looked at the end of the day, 9 out of 10 Canadians shop with Walmart. So the store experience is one of our best marketing vehicles. So having fantastic navigational signage, having fantastic point of sale signage in store, whether it's to highlight value or to highlight price, is another way of marketing and communicating with customers in the way that they want to know about the prices. They want to know about our great prices. So we've done a lot more on that. We still continue with our flyers. We've been more focused on flyers. Obviously, Canada is a huge flyer business. But we've introduced this last year what we call digests. So to highlight our breadth of assortment in certain areas, we've introduced digests, which are like little catalogues that you'd leave on your coffee table and you kind of thumb through them. That's been a real hit, and we've seen real category sales lifts on the back of digests, so small domestic appliances, for instance. So we've kind of spread our investment a little bit wider than we had done previously, based on the way that we know our customers want us to communicate with them. I would say presence. So as a kind of a number one. So when, and we hear this a lot from new Canadians when they come into the country, and obviously, you know, immigration is very big in Canada. They have an immediate affinity to Walmart. They've heard about Walmart, they see our large boxes, they see the blue sign and they see the spark. And I think the presence that we have now, and we've got 370 stores now across the geography of Canada, which is an enormous geography, I think it kind of, we stand as a bit of a beacon for price leadership, fantastic value, and to me, presence and the influence of Walmart in people's lives. I mean, it's interesting, one of the facts that a part of research was, you know, which retailer would you rate as number one to help you with your budget? And Walmart comes out time and time again. So that sheer physical presence across the landscape of Canada, I would say, was number one. I think the second one for me would be trust. And the reason I say trust is because of our price transparency. So price leadership is absolutely critical for us, and we audit 150,000 different prices across 28 banners, I think it is, in Canada, because we check so our customers can save. So being really transparent about pricing and having no gimmicks and having an everyday low price philosophy really drives trust with the customers, that they know that they can get unbeatable price at Walmart. And if on a specific item somebody beats us, we guarantee with AdMatch that, you know, we will give them the lowest price. So that trust, that kind of peace of mind that you come to Walmart and you're going to get the lowest price, I think would be the second of the two of the five you mentioned. When I first came to Canada from the UK, I was really keen to learn and understand about the Canadian customer and to understand the differences across the kind of geography of Canada, and I really wanted to get a sense of who Canadians were, what the makeup was, and why was that the case. So I went along to our agency, JWT, and I said, you know, help me with this and talk to me in a brand language so that I can understand. And one of the ones that stays with me and continues to stay with me to now is Tim Hortons. I think they're part of who Canadians are, their authenticity, their relevancy, their own price leadership. You know, when I heard about when Canadian, I think it was soldiers in the army, were asked, you know, what do you miss most when you're out in Kandahar? And, you know, it was Tim Hortons, and the fact that Tim Hortons then put a store out there, it was just phenomenal. And I think that link with the local community, as well as, I mean, just recently, so Emma Fox story, I was standing with 9 members of my family in Niagara and we needed breakfast, and with 6 children amongst that. We got a full breakfast for $46 for 9 of us. You know, and so that fantastic value, that authenticity, that relevancy, that being part of Canadiana, I just think is the fabulous brand. Kind of thought long and hard about this, and I think one of our biggest worries as a big box retailer is with the advent and the revolution of digital and media, and customers are just platform agnostic. They want product, they want it now, and you know, they want to buy it whether they're sitting at home on their internet or whether they're in a store. And I think as we think about that as a business, as Walmart, and we have very large stores, is really getting ahead of those trends about what do we scale back in terms of bricks and mortar, how do we bring online into bricks and mortar and into the store, so online into offline almost, and how do we make that kind of multi-channel kind of, you know, the way the customer wants to shop, just so easy and convenient for them when we have a lot of real estate and we have a lot of big boxes, and how do we make that seamless, how do we make it convenient, and how do we really drive, you know, for us that return for the brand. I would say after Walmart, Tim Hortons.